Hello, this is Sarah at My Crafty Corner, and we are back with the fourth part of our elegant mini album tutorial that we're doing. And so let's just go in and I'll show you what I've got right here. So I went ahead and I cut down the mats and things for the pages. And I think in the last video we did like the pockets and things, but I had not added them to that. Well, no, maybe I did. We did. So this part we did already. I'm having to stop and think. It's been a minute. The little pocket in this flap and then the two flaps here on this side. We did that already. And so what I've done is I went through, and I think that goes there. I'm trying to keep my papers so that I know where they're supposed to be, because I went ahead and I trimmed, I picked what I wanted and I cut them all out and to put them where I want them to go. And I also went ahead and I cut out another pocket to go on this front flap here. And so I cut it down to, it's like when I put this one on here after it's scored, it kind of took a little bit off, so it's not quite 5, it's slightly over, well, if I can get my words out, it's slightly over 5 3/8, okay, if you're going from edge to this edge. So what I've done, or what I did, is I took a piece of card to the height that I wanted the pocket, including the flap here at the bottom to fold in, to attach it. And I cut it down to 7 inches. So that makes our pocket part 7.5. And I went ahead and I scored that on one side. And then I put it, I folded it and I laid it down on this like this, lining it up. And then I just took my pencil and made a little mark where I wanted it to be scored at, so that I knew when I go to put this on here, it is going to line up just right, since it was slightly off. And then I went ahead and I scored on that side, and I scored at the bottom to make this pocket like that. So we're going to attach this on. And I think that's the only extra something that I added like that, besides cutting down the mats. And then I cut down like a large tag to go in this one. This is actually going to go, I think, in the other pocket. And I went ahead and I cut all the mats down for that. And I will, as we go through, I will tell you the measurements. Actually, for the papers, I didn't measure them as far as going by how big this is. I just took my sheet, I laid it down on that pocket like that, and I thought, okay, that looks good. So I'd have like my full sheet, and I just put a little mark, and then I cut. That's to me, it's just easier to do it that way. And then I know exactly like what part of the paper that I want. And so that's what I did there. Let's see. And then with some of the extra pieces that I had left over, like I had a long one left over, and I thought, oh, we'll just cut a tag out of it and we'll do a large tag. And then the large tag I did measure. I did it at 4.5. Actually, it's a little over, but about 4.5 by 7.5, and that's going to fit just right down in that pocket. So we have this one, and we may put we still have this one that we did that we were going to do in the cover. It didn't end up working out, and we could put that in there as well. That might be really pretty to put. I wish I'd have chose maybe, it's okay. We'll probably use that as well. Okay, So for now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna attach this pocket down, and I'm gonna go ahead and mat everything. So I have it all laid out, ready to go. And I bet you can hear my coffee pot in there going. I bet you can. It's pretty loud. And the reason I have coffee going is because I've already had coffee this morning, and normally I do just a 1 cup, you know, like the Keurig type coffee deal. I just do that, and if I want another one, I just go fix another one. But I thought since it's been several days, I poured the coffee out of our spray bottle here, and Cece baby, you come to see us, Cece? You come to see us? Okay. Do you want to play? Oh, do you want some petting? Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. We're sliding. Okay, come on. Yeah. There you go. All right. So I thought, well, I need more coffee, because we did do the coffee on here, and then we did it with the foil, and you can't really see it. So it kind of, I think, defeated the purpose of the coffee, other than you can kind of see it a little bit through our little lacy bits there. So I thought we need some more coffee. So I'm making some, and hopefully it'll be done and cool enough that we can use it. Not that we'll be using it on this page, but we will have it for in the future. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add this pocket on. Also, before we do, we are gonna be using magnets. I have a couple laid out here. Well, okay, there it is. I went ahead and I marked on here where I want them to go. So before we mat our papers, we'll have that on. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add this pocket first. And I'm thinking, do I want to do it like this? I think so. Okay, so we're just gonna fold that open like this. And I'm just gonna line that up. And I only peeled the bottom off. And I know that's kind of hard to see maybe. So I know that it's gonna fit right. So I'm just gonna line up that edge here to that edge there. Yeah, like that. Okay, and then we'll peel these and stick it down that way too. I'm just gonna run it on here. And the way I glue this down, we might make that like a little tuck area. So yeah. All right, so let me go ahead and get me a piece trimmed off here that's gonna fit it. When we glue it down like that, maybe right in there. Okay. I'm just gonna like kind of line up that trim a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut off this frayed piece right there. Okay. So yeah. That'll be sweet. All right, let's do that. Oh, mercy. Go in there. Okay. Like that. That'll be really cute. Oh, yeah, and then see, I have these little tags. Even though I've inked them, they've already been inked with a different color, but that would be cute to have little tags stuck down in there, wouldn't it? I may use that, or we still have these. I could use like the different color, obviously. You could do a different color on there so that it doesn't blend in so well, but we can use these. I think that's what we'll do. And, or both. We'll see. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get all of this put down. What if we added like this, made it like a little, oh, can we peel that up maybe? Come on. Okay, so before we do that, actually I think I'm gonna mat a piece like this. I think that's what I want to do, because then we'll have a little bit more room to work with, and I like that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So scratch sticking that down yet. Actually, I am gonna go ahead and, well, and first I'm going to, now I'm not gonna add like the little 1/2 inch flaps or anything like that. I'm just gonna mark it here and here. Okay, so I'm gonna trim that down. What did I do with my pencil? There it is. Trying to get rid of that pencil mark. I guess I can. Maybe you can't see that pencil mark. All right, so there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to this. And I was going to, but for now, maybe just this, because I don't want to be stuck doing that the whole time. Okay, so let me put this kind of to the side. Oop, wrong way. Set that over here to the side. And I'm gonna go ahead and trim these out. And little tags. I think too, another thing that we can do is to like coffee stain the back of these. I'll have to try that and see how that works. I don't know how good that would do. I mean, I guess I could mat it. That would give it a little more something to it, wouldn't it? Just ink it and mat it, maybe. Not that you're gonna see that side really, because it's gonna be, I think we might even staple it, like cut up the like cut up some coffee stain paper and use it for like a little journaling area. Do a couple sheets in there and mat the back maybe. This one is gonna be, let me flip this around. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna line it up with this piece of paper here. Actually, I'm gonna go down just slightly so I can put my pencil mark, because I'm gonna cut it the same as this piece here. And then I'm just gonna mark that, okay? That way then when we get over there to cut it, or when I pull my thing out, we can just cut it all at one time. And we're not having to pull it back and forth, back and forth. Okay. So then let's go this way. Make sure it's lined up right. And then we're gonna trim off this bottom. Like that. And then cut our coffee stained. And I think what we're gonna do is, because since we have a couple of those, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut a couple of more strips of this. Let me see what it's at. About 3 3/8. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a few more of these to go in maybe the other ones if we decide to do that. So we're gonna go 3, and I know it's hard for you to see exactly probably where I'm cutting at on this side. Yeah, maybe you can see it a little bit. Moved it up like that. So we're gonna go 3 and, I did say 3 3/8, right? Let me double check just to make sure before I go to whacking. 1, 2, 3, 3 3/8. So that's 3 and 1, 2, 3. All right. I think that's right. All right. Yeah. 3 and 1, 2, 3/8. I'm gonna need one more. Well, no, that's it. I'm gonna keep this piece something else maybe. I'm only gonna do 3. So we'll have maybe like, we'll do 1 of those per each little book. And then we will just fold it in half. Like that. And I'm just gonna set these to the side. Ooh. Okay. And so then this will mat here. Okay, and then this will go in there like that. And then that can be our little booklet. And then that can just, might have to be a little careful with it, but I think it'll be okay like that. All right. So let's ink this one and attach it down, and then we'll staple that in there. Or glue it. We could glue it because it would look like a faux, that kind of looks like a faux staple. I don't know why I did that top side. You're not gonna see it, but that's okay. Sitting here, and I'm throwing a long sleeve, sitting here cold. I just shut that vent. Turn the air up as well, but it's still cold. Well, I get a little heavy and can't move it. Okay. I like that. That's enough, okay. All right, so then I'm debating whether or not I thought about maybe cutting that down a little bit shorter or a little bit smaller than that back, so you could kind of see that kind of peeking out a little bit. Nah. Trying to do too much. Okay. So, do we want to just tape that in? Because it does look like it has a staple. And I don't have a rusted staple, even though I guess I could I have some stuff I could put on it to make it look rusted. Or I have a staple, I could just staple it. But then I don't want the back of the staple scratching the page either. So I think we'll just tape this in. I think that's what we're gonna do. So that's gonna fit down in there, just like so. I like that. And that doesn't make it too thick, right? Okay, so now this is a pocket, right? And then that's it. We got that pocket and our little mat for that, or our insert that's gonna go in there, and then we're done. Maybe that won't like fly around too much. I'll push it on down in there. And there we go. I don't know. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna take this out for a minute so that I can work on this side. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stick our little magnet and our piece down here. So I'm just gonna stick that in that circle and stick that magnet like that. And that looks good to me. Like so. And pull back in our things. We've got, let's see. Okay, this one's gonna go on the front. We could put this one here. I think I had it the other way around. I think I had this one going in there, but we could do like that one there. And I didn't do a full sheet of this one because I'm using copy paper, and I think I cut this one before I did that one, and I hadn't decided yet. And anyways, there we go. So maybe like that, or did I cut that one a little too big? That work? Then we'll have a journaling spot, and we can put this one here. All right, so let's go ahead and stick it down. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these. So the inside, this one, and then this front flap here. Ooh, I shouldn't have put glue on all the way around that because it's gonna be hard to put in there. So let me pull it up and see if I can squeeze it in there without getting glue all over everything. Yay. I think I got it. Okay. Okay. That's a lot of glue, a lot of glue, a lot of glue. And this paper, if it has a direction, I really don't know which way it's supposed to be. I don't think that it really matters. And I might not have it going in the same direction on everything that I put it on, and that's okay. It'll be all right. Right, okay, and then that'll, I think I can hear the kid. I can hear them outside. I thought I heard them come up. I'm surprised they ain't come in yet. At least that's what I thought I heard. And the door, I can hear them, so it's fixing to get loud in here. I keep waiting. Hear them at the door. We're back with this elegant mini album. Now, I had actually was recording, and it's actually been a week to the day since I recorded last, and we got stopped by my kids coming in, and I told you it was going to be loud when they came in, so I just had to cut. And so anyways, I think I ended up finishing, I think we had matted everything already, and I know we did this, and I think we had got to this part and we matted these, and I couldn't remember, I think where I left off was we were about to mat this. We had finished matting this here, and then I was about to do this little insert that goes in there. So I went ahead and I had matted and all that stuff. So I got that done. And so I'll show you what, kind of like what I added. I think we did this in the last video, or in that the last thing, and we had already done the tag. And so yeah, all right, so with this little mat, or this insert here, I matted the outsides with that blue, this one with that or that teal color with the ledger type thing on it. And what I did is on let's say on this one, I added some photo corners to just kind of dress that up a bit. These are from my Porch Prints, and I will have everything that I've used linked in the description box below. So those are from there. I just sat and fussy cut some things out. I have a little thing here, and I've got more in it now than before. So I have all kinds of things just out in this tray that we're going to be using. So I have those. On this, the label and this little piece that's behind it, it's a little thick for me. You can't really tell, I guess, on camera, but I was gonna try something and it didn't really work out the way I wanted it, so it's fine though. I have the little butterfly. The butterfly is from Artie Mays. I'll have that linked down below as well. And so yeah, so that's you know, I just did that to add a little something extra to that. And I had already sat down and well, I'll tell you what, I don't like when that gets caught on that, so we may have to start doing it a whole different way. Like, I hate to waste that much of paper that you won't see, but that bugs me. It really does, when you go to stick something in there and it doesn't go. But anyways, on the front side here, I added this little keyhole. Now, I had already added the mat down before I even thought about adding the keyhole. Or I would have had like little, the little brads to go in there just to make it look like, you know, it was screwed on or on there. But I didn't have that, and I think it looks fine just the way that it is. So we're just gonna leave that the way it is. And so I had moved on because I have actually started some things before I decided to, well, before I had a chance to do this recording. So I'll show you kind of what I've done. And I don't know if I want to start with, I'll show you these. I know they're in plastic, but I did go through and I inked some watercolor paper, just some scrap pieces that I had over here. I inked those up, and I made, I was gonna make some little flowers in the colors that we need to go with our little album. I've already got the blue ones here kind of put together with their centers and all that good stuff on. I have not done these, and then I just did some smaller ones. They don't have centers or anything yet, and then some leaves there. I'm not going to take all of these out because I will go through with you and show you exactly maybe like the way I do these when I put the centers and stuff like that in. So those, and for the centers I just used this little self-adhesive pearls. These are Studio G. I got these at Walmart. I believe they probably still carry these. They're like $1.98 or something like that. And I just had those in my stash. And the good thing with these two is, like, if you have alcohol inks, you could probably alcohol ink these and change the color to whatever color you want your center to be. I just used mine the way they are, and I used the smallest little one on there. All right, so we got that. And then I had went through and I used, let's see, the Tim Holtz Thinlits. This one is crochet. And then there's your part number right there, if you want to look that up. And I can't remember if I got mine off of Amazon or Scrapbook. No, Simon Says Stamp, one or the other. I'm not sure. If I can, I'll put a link to that in the description box below as well. So I just cut out of some strips that I had left over. I just went in and I just cut out several of each one. And then I took one of each of those, because you get a larger one, a smaller one of these two designs. So they're exactly the same, except one is smaller than the other. And I just coffee sprayed it with the coffee and then let those dry. And they still smell like it's hazelnut coffee that I had used on those, and you can still smell it. So I've got those, and I may end up doing these that way, or we may end up going and inking them a different color. I'm not really sure yet. So I got those. Let's see, what else do I have? Let me just pull my cute little tray over here. I like redid that. It's so cute. We have these tags left over from the last little album thing. Let's see, which one was it? Fun little mini album that we did, the vintagey. Anyway, so I had these tags left over, and I thought maybe we can use those in this album. I have some of the little ephemera pieces cut out. And I may have, yeah, I did. I showed these in the last video now because we did that little book with the thing. And then also I have all of these envelopes that I had cut out from previous videos. I think I've had these for a bit now. And these are something really nice that we could incorporate as well. And then I have this little doily. And I have the die for it somewhere. Well, I mean, it looks like this, right? It's just a die, and I got it off of Amazon, and if I can find it, I'll link it below as well. I think it's so pretty. So, and I just coffee stained it too, spraying it with that. And then I just made 3, because we have 3 little sections in our book. So I don't know, I tend to do things in 3s, so there's 3 of those for the most part. And then these are all the other little bits and pieces that we have cut out. And I think I've already showed those in a video. So, yeah. So there's all of those. And I think, I really wish I had somewhere to like lay all this stuff out so that because I have a tendency, I make things and then I forget them and then there they are and I've not used them, and that's just how it is sometimes. But, you know, it's the space I've got, so we'll put these in there. All right, and then I will go through and show you what else I've kind of worked on as well. All right, so we have our main little book here that we've got, right? We did this in the first video or second video, one or the other. And so also there will be a playlist for this little mini album. Try to do playlists for all the albums that I do. That way you can go through and you can watch from start to finish every video, you know, like that. I think I like watching videos like that, so I thought I would give that a go on my channel as well. So we have our main thing here, and so far all I've got inked and ready to go on this is a flap. This is one that we had from a previous video that I had cut down. I think I did that in the video showing those. So I think this one's gonna go like so, or did I want it going the other way? I don't remember. Anyway, so we're gonna have it on the first page here. Then we're gonna have this little shorter one. It's gonna go the opposite direction on the top of that one. Right, yeah. And then I have this little pocket that I've already matted and done. Okay, so I have this little Finlets here from Tim Holtz. That number there, I don't know if you can see that, if it's good. There you go. So I have this, and I'm using this one here. And so I put it on, I cut out my pocket. I figured out what size I needed it to be. I cut out my pocket. I matted it with the color that I wanted, right? And then I backed it with a piece of white because I thought, you know, I didn't want you shoving things in there because it could get caught on those without anything behind it. Well, I put white and I kind of went over the white with my just my inking, my little blender here. And then I was sitting here getting ready to go ahead and finish getting the mats and things like that ready for this, when I thought, well, instead of the white, I wish I'd have done like vellum. So I was wondering or thinking that maybe, just maybe, and I could end up ruining this whole pocket, and I really don't want to do that, but I think I can do it. I think I can just lay that back down in there, right? Run that through again, because then with that extra white behind there, it's going to give this a lot more stability, because that's just one layer of cardstock plus the it was on copy paper. So I'm thinking that I might can do that and then add, because that just pops right down in there. It just sets. I think I can do that. So I think we're going to try that with this pocket here. All right, so here's my big shot. Okay. And let me get, all right, so then I got my cutting mat and my little top mat there. Okay. So we're gonna try it. And I mean, you know, what's the worst that can happen is I mess up the entire pocket and then we have to like do it again. I could put tape down on it, but I don't want because that's copy paper, I don't want it to tear, and it tends to, when you run it through, it really sticks. And so I'm just gonna do it like that. And I'm just gonna hope for the best. Actually, I'm gonna sandwich that. Let me just double check it. I think that's right. While I'm holding that, let me pull this out. Right. And let's just see if that works. And I apologize if the table shakes really bad. It usually does when I do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually run it back through a couple of times so that I make sure, because it's having to cut through a thick layer. All right. Okay, so after a little bit of a struggle, I did get everything out. I don't recommend doing it that way. I recommend, if you're gonna do it, have all your layers, then cut, and maybe not quite as many as I did. Yeah, so that was a little challenging. I think it would have been better if I'd attached everything first. So I'm gonna go through though, because these are like the little areas where I didn't have glue, I guess, when I glued it to the, when I glued them together. So I'm just gonna put a little glue on it to kind of at least get those to stay down, and to stay down where it's not peeking any of that through, right? So see, if we'd left it like this, especially this middle part, because it's very, you know, like bendable in there, right? Bendable in there, whatever, however you want to say that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the vellum, and I'm going to stick it on. All right, so we're going to put some vellum paper behind this. I got this off of Amazon, and I only need one sheet. And this one is thickened vellum paper. It is so you can put it in your printer. It's for laser and inkjet. Ooh, wouldn't that be pretty if we printed? Ooh, we might do that. I'm gonna leave this out because I might like that. I was gonna see if it showed like, right here is big, right here in front of me. Vellum paper, translucent tracing paper. It's 100 GSM, whatever 100 is. So, but I'm gonna keep that over here because I think we may actually print something on there that could be really pretty. So we'll put vellum. Let me just go ahead and trim out a piece to go on here. And it doesn't have to be like huge, right? And we'll go, I'm not gonna go the whole size of the tag, or the pocket, I mean. So let me just stick it in here. I know it's hard to see that probably. Whoops. On camera, maybe I'm in frame. So I'm just gonna put where that pencil mark's at and cut. And we'll save that for another piece in case we decide to do something else. Okay. probably will have to bring that back out, but let's go ahead and get this glued on here. Okay, so now what we need to do is figure out what paper we want to go under there and what's gonna pop to, you know, to see it. So like, I have coffee stained, which, I mean, that could be cute, I guess. But I think I'm gonna try color. Let's see what we've got. Well, let's try this. So we have pink, and that's cute. Maybe. Pink is a maybe. Oh, also, before I forget, while I'm over here digging, and I'll have this linked in the description box below as well. Okay, so the main papers that we were using are from Carolin Art Boutique, Poole Designs, and Raspberry Road. And I will, of course, I will have all of those linked below. But I went back through to the Carolin Art Boutique. Okay, so the papers that we're using for it, they're called Sweet Melanie. And there's a Sweet Melanie 1 and a Sweet Melanie 2. And I had purchased the Sweet Melanie 1, and I really liked it. It's the one that has the really pretty, you know, the like really pretty ones that we used on the front here. So that one, the background, this one here is the Raspberry Road. It's Faith, Love, and Hope, I think is the name of it. And I'll have a direct link right in the description box. And then this one, of course, we downsized it to a 5x7, but this one is the Carolin Art Boutique. And so I thought, I was going back through and I seen that it had a second one, and I was like, oh, okay, well, what's on the second one? And so as you can see, this one here is a little different. It's this, I mean, it's the same like papers. Let me pull this other one really quick, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So like, this is the one that's on the cover, and we just downsized it. And I really love, this is one of my favorite ones. And I love this one, and I've seen this one, and I was like, well, that would kind of give us a few more options, right? So I purchased this one, and I only printed out some of the things that are in there. I printed out this one, which I want to do on a 5x7 as well. And then it had these. Well, when I put this in my printer, if I didn't change it to tell it to print, because I print these like letter size, which is side, you know, edge to edge. I don't have to trim anything off, and I really like that. Well, when it comes to like these type of elements, I have to tell it to go back, and I didn't. And so, but that's okay. We can still use these. I'm not going to throw them away just because the edges are cut off. And we still have these. I thought these could be cute little embellishments or tags. I printed this one. It has some nice little things on it. I probably will print it in a 5x7 as well, because these are the wrong direction for our book. So if I do it the other way, we can still use them, right? Okay. And then the same thing with this one, because I printed all these at the same time. And I thought this one was really cute. I don't know necessarily that I will keep that blue frame on there, but I still liked it, and I might print that out a little bit smaller. And then we have these two here that have more of a floral and a leafy background, right? And I thought these were really cute because they match, of course, the flowers. And so I only printed one of each just to see, because I'm not sure that we'll use them yet, but I would like to have it to lay out to have an option, right? And I know, like, I keep adding, but I mean, for, you know, a few bucks, you've got like so many options. So these, that one, I don't think I want anything like that under there. That's a little too much. Okay, so I know, shocker, I'm gonna go with this one here. So I feel like it has enough of the light color and that color to shine through, and I think I like that. So that's what we're gonna go with. All right, so we'll trim this down to go with our thing here. So something else I think that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go through and now I can't remember. Yeah, that's how I want it. I'm gonna go through and get all the mats together, I think. And then at least for this first side here. And then we'll be back with the rest of it. So let me go get the mats together and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the mats that I want for these, but I'm thinking that I want to add a little flip pocket on the inside of, like, okay, so we'll go, this one is gonna go to this side, and then this one is gonna go like this. Okay, and then our pocket is gonna go on this side like that. So like this is what you're gonna see, like peeking out. Peeking out of the edge. If I can get it kind of here. So you're gonna see that kind of peeking out like that. Attach these down. Get this top mat and this attached down, and then we'll come back because I want to see after it's attached down how a flip pocket on the inside will work, or if it will. Or no, we'll do a tuck spot. Maybe we'll do a tuck spot like we did in kind of like we did in this one. We have this little trim and a little tuck spot. I think we're gonna do one, but it's gonna go the other way. That way we can kind of keep this same theme going. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So we'll go ahead and get everything inked and get these attached down, and then I'll be back. So what do we want to use for our little tuck? Do we want to do the same? It's not big enough. I think we might use this and either the lace on there. That could be really cute. But what I'll have to do is I'll have to go in and cut, like, let's see, or stay. Let me see if I got another one of those, and instead of like cutting it, well, we can just like add it to, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Might not have done any of those. So like some of these, we just have small little bits because I just used like the edge of the paper that I had. And I do have a bigger one. So possibly would need one more. Okay. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take one of these and I'm just gonna snip it right in half like that. And then we will go ahead and we'll coffee stain it. And you know, I didn't even think, I hope it'll be the same color because the coffee I got today is not the same as the coffee that I had when I've done this. So if it's not, then I may end up having to like just do a whole other thing. And another thing we might do is do it on both sides. Do we want to do it on both sides or do we want to do it on the one side? Oh. All right, so I'll show you what I do here. Let me put these up. And no, because I think we're gonna still do the layer thing here and we'll do that. Okay, so we're just gonna do it on the one side. And what we're gonna do, sorry, I know y'all can hear like all the traffic and the loudness going by. My husband's outside mowing grass, and so I'm sure you can hear the lawnmower going, and it's okay. All right, so let me try to get that one back up. Okay. Okay, so here's like my makeshift. I had a box, okay? It's got a top on it. So I got my box here, and I just like I cut the lid, or I cut the top, one side out of it. I just tape the sides together, and that is like my makeshift spray box, so that I don't spray everything all over my. So I don't spray everything all over my the table. know I hit something and it just, everything goes flying. Okay. So let me go. And let's just, I'm afraid it's not gonna be the same color. Maybe. I mean, I have to really hose that one. I think there's more water to that coffee than coffee. Oh, I don't know. I can't. So let me dry it. Okay, yeah, so I think, yeah, that's gonna work. And I didn't know because I don't know. Okay, so let me finish drying it. All right, I think that is super cute, isn't it? That's fun. I'm gonna take this and it's already dried on there. It's fine. I'm okay with that. All right, so let's see. We could have done another one of those little things, but I think wouldn't that have been cute? I probably won't do this little book thing because it's a little thick and it's got pink on the outside. I don't want pink. But we may do some like tag like that to stick some tags in there. Okay. And then of course we need mats for this one. And yeah. All right, so before we get to the tags though, I think I want to go ahead and do something right here. Ooh, how about, ooh, let's look at this. Do you want to do those? I thought I had bigger labels than these. I have the square, but I don't know if I want to use the squares in this. Let's see. Yeah, I like it long like that. I like the squares, but just not for this one, I don't think. And then I have circles, but I don't think I want circles either. I think I want the rectangular ones are my favorite. I tend to use those more. And I think, let's see what it looks like with one in all four corners. And then of course we could do something else right there. Like, it's on the inside, so I don't know if I really want a flower. Oh, what would be so cute? Okay. Let's see. Let's do, well, if I can get to it, wherever it was I put it. And those, got these, those are pretty. I'll cut out, or that would be too pinky together, right? I don't know, let's aim for one of these. A small one maybe. Let's see. Kind of cut into it. It's okay. what if? Oh, ooh, let's see. You know what? We've got stamps. Let's see about stamps. We have these we could use to do some little flowers. So we could do any color we wanted, or what about the butterfly one? We could like stamp that there. We could stamp it and then like cut out a butterfly and stick the butterfly. Stamp it like have this here. I think we even like cut the edge off. Then we can stamp from here, there. Or we could use this one and then like do an extra one and cut that butterfly out and stick it. Okay, so I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stamp this on there. And let me get my little block. Let me get a block to put that on. And I think that this one right here will work just fine. Okay, I even got it. Well, let me get it kind of on there somewhat straight, I guess. It's all right. Okay. So we could stamp that there. Or we could, instead of doing the butterfly, we could stamp that there, put the label over, and then stick, well, yeah, I like it a little better that way, I think. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we're gonna do it like that. Now, I guess once we do it, we're stuck with it because it's on here. It's already in the book, and yeah. But I'm just gonna use my vintage photo oxide because, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Now I haven't used this thing before, and I'm not really concerned with the butter because we're gonna actually stamp the butterfly separate. So yeah, I think so. We're gonna try that. I don't like how it leaves like the lines though. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so let me see. I'm already going like forever here. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put it down and hope for the best. And if nothing else, we create a pocket on this side to cover it up. All right, so I'm not pressing down too hard, just firm. That's so cute. Okay, so while that's still kind of, I don't really like that. Let me do like, what is that smudge stamping? It's probably already too. Get like, just squirt that like just a little bit. And all right, so you know, hey, it's something I've never tried before, so I don't know. Let me kind of straighten this label up just a little bit because I didn't cut it out very, very straight. So we're going to stick the label like that. Did I already maybe have some that were cut down? What colors are these? And no. Oh wait, nope, maybe. And let me check. I might already have some that's like cut out. Oh, let's do the green. Oh, I think the green would be really pretty. Oh, I wish it would just come in just a little bit further though. I like the green. That way then we can bring some of that over. Let's try, let's get a big one. And I'm sorry, I think I'm all off camera here. All right, so let me try to see if I can't find a green one. Oh, I hope so. Hope I still got a green one left. Surely to goodness I haven't used all the greens. Bingo, green. Yay. So we'll do that. I'm gonna keep that pink one out for now because we might use it on something else in just a second. Okay. Let's put these back in there. Okay. So the green. Or we could do it like that and then have the label on it. I wish I'd have done like stamped it and then did like the second generation so that it would be not as vibrant. But that's okay. And I think we will go with all 4 little corners. I like those. And then I think we're gonna stamp this butterfly again, except this time we are gonna stamp it on some of that green teal color paper. So we just get the vintage photo off there. Okay. And let me find, what am I looking for? I think I have a scrap piece of that somewhere. I know I do. I just had one, did I not? Did I? Well, never have a scrap of the color that I really need, like when I need it. I could have swore. I guess that's what I used on that front. So I got all these little pieces. Okay, let me get them all kind of like together here. My fingers are not working. It's driving me crazy. Okay. All right, so let's see. I mean, I have scrap pieces, just none of them are big enough for that. Because I think I'm going to use this color for the butterfly, underneath the butterfly. I think so. I guess I could use that one. But I think I want the other. So let's get a piece of that paper out. There we go. All right. Keep losing that bit. Or do I just want to? Now that I've seen all four, I have to have all four. Okay. So I'm gonna stamp this on, let me see, I got a scrap piece of paper here. Really? Did you see that? Oh, smart. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna use, I'm not gonna use the vintage photo. I'm gonna use the ground espresso. Or do I have walnut stain? I don't have walnut stain. Do I have walnut stain? Yeah, okay, no I don't. I'm not in, okay. Archival, let me see. What do I got in archival? In archival, I have, well, yeah, let's just use the ground. I think I'm gonna try the ground espresso. I think we're gonna do this, okay? And I'm just using my mini one here. Because I want it to be, I want the outline of the butterfly to be a little bit darker. I don't know why I'm inking up all that. I don't need all that. Actually, yeah, I will. I'll put it on here so I can use it maybe for something else. Because this is archival, so we can do other things on top of it. Okay. Got it? I think we got it. So I'm going to stamp on this card first. Because that's dark. And then I'm going to stamp on this one second. And see, that's kind of that's what I wish I'd have done on here. So, I'll keep that. But I really want that color under here, so what we may do is kind of watercolor it a little bit. With our speckled egg. I'm just gonna use the other side of this, and I'm just gonna like press the corner of it down on there. And get a water brush somewhere that I have one. So I just had it. Okay, that one will work. Of course, this is not watercolor paper, but some water going through there. Doesn't feel very, feels very dry. Ah, there we go. A little too much, but yeah, okay. So there we go. Maybe that now. Ah, but this is oxide, so that's something else we have to think about. Is because it's gonna like show over. Yeah, I don't really like that. Not for that. I don't. Not what I thought it was gonna be. So, set this to the side. And we're just gonna go ahead and I'll just cut that out and see what I think. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not exactly my favorite either. I love the stamp, and I'm not that great at stamping and all that stuff. I need to practice more, but you know, this is my practice, I guess. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of like that. Maybe this could come down just a hair, and have it like that. Let me try this hickory smoke, or let me try this. I've not tried the frayed burlap. Let's do that one. Let's see what that looks like. Right, why not? I'm sure I forget that's archival. It's already like dried on there. So, okay, so let's try the frayed burlap. I don't even know really like what color is it supposed to be. I have no idea. And we're gonna go ahead and stamp all of it just so I can see, because we might could cut it out and use it for something later, you know. So. So let's take it and we'll just give it a good stamp. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I Or, okay, you know what? Let me try this also in the hickory smoke, just because I'm curious. I probably should have stamped that like on white, so I would have known exactly what it is. Let's give it a try. Hickory smoke. My pads want to come out. It's not glued all the way down in there. Let me make sure I'm in here so you can see. Maybe I'd have done that one. I kind of like the gray a little bit better. So that's an off stand of ground espresso. That is frayed burlap, and then that is hickory smoke. Now that's what it looks like on this colored paper. So, yeah. So maybe we could add, it's not quite 7. and not quite 5. But we could even do like a 4x6 on there. And then use one of like our scrap pieces to kind of, you know, fill in any of the blanks that we've got. And we'll do them like maybe like this one. Except it'll be the 5x7 or 4x6. Let me get some of those printed out. Okay, so we got some photo mats here that I might like to put on the back side. And then we could take some of our little labels. Like, let's see, what kind can we do here? And then we could do like the little one like that. All right, so we've got this one matted. Is that not super precious? I love it. I really like the idea of trimming that edge off of that as well. And so you can see more of that pattern, and it really tones it down, because like when you're just looking at it like this, it's like, it's kind of much. I feel like it's bright, but with that on there, that is so cute. And I left these to where when you do put your picture in here, because your picture will be the same size as this white piece, it will go to that edge, and it will have room to kind of fit. You might have to work it, but it'll work, right? And then there's the front, all matted. So pretty. I love that gold foiling. And then there's the back. Okay, and then that's just gonna slide right in here. Ooh, you know what? I'm glad that worked, because I didn't even, oh, that worked out perfect. It's almost a little too big. I did not even measure that when I cut those cards down. I knew this one would fit, but I didn't even think about the mats being larger. Whew, close call there. And so then also I thought about doing this here. And I like that, but let's see. So like on the front, I've got this one, and in this one, I'm like, I've got all different kinds of labels. So I don't have anything on that, but I might. Ooh, nothing there. But then on this one, you know, like I did the corners again, and I did a keyhole there. Well, and then on this little book, I added that label. And then I also have the, what you call it? I so wish I had thought to put something in there. It's bugging me. And then on this front cover, this tag here, it has that pretty little card on the front. And I kind of wished I'd have went ahead and cut the edge out on that one too. And then I have that label there. So we're kind of rotating back and forth between those. And that's a very tight squeeze, but that's okay. So this is gonna go up against that. Do I like that? Or I don't know. This one may not even remain the first one. I may move them around. Who knows? But let's see. So I was thinking, do I want that label with that rose like that? Or do I want to try and find a different label? I think that might be too small. Do I want to use one of these? It's too narrow. Let's see what we got in here. Oh wait, let's try it with the flower. Yeah. I think that one's too narrow as well. It's just the same as that one. That one's a little bit bigger. I kind of like that dark contrast to everything else. Okay, so that might be a keeper. The circle, yeah, or oval or whatever that is, not circle. There is a circle. I don't really, I'm not into the circles. To me, that one's still just not quite big enough. And this one is big, but I feel like it's just a little too. So maybe this one. So here's what I will do. and I find that it helps me for some reason, is I will put it down like I want it, and oh my goodness, that is in there is like as far as it's gonna go. Okay, so I will like put it down like how I think I want it, right? And then I will take a picture of it. So let me take a picture, right? And then I kind of look at it, and that's dirty. Hang on. Let me wipe that off. So, and then I will look at a picture of it and see how I like it. I like the contrast of that pretty well. I like the flower. I feel like maybe it needs 2 flowers, and or maybe something else to kind of go in there maybe. I had, what did I do with it? There it is. I had this little piece of, it was a little extra piece I cut, which I would definitely dye it, you know, like coffee dye it before I put it on there, but that might add just a little something. And I may have to use like one that's a little bigger. Or so there's that. And I don't know if that's my absolute favorite out of all of them, but I think it turned out pretty. Right, it's so pretty to look at. So this one's pretty heavy, so I don't know what we're gonna add to the back side there, but I love that. I honestly, I really thought I was gonna hate this one after I first stamped that. I was like, no, I messed it up. But I think that one might be my favorite. But that's it for this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. You can click that notification bell, then you would be notified anytime I upload a video. And thank you for watching. Bye.